I am so exhausted and I'm so happy this room makeover is finished. Recently moved? Me too. Looking to take your interior design skills to the next level? If you're anything like me, your eyes are bigger than your budget, and it can get frustrating, super frustrating, waiting on things you'd love to get done now. Whether it's saving for your dream sofa, prioritizing behind the scenes needs like, a new roof or heating might be kind of important, waiting on shipping or construction delays, simply waiting on your next move, believe me, I feel you. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lindsay, an interior stylist and teacher, here to help you create a home you truly love within the constraints of your real life. So today we're doing another episode of Design Diary. This is my series where I share all the projects, big and small, that we're doing to make our new home feel like our home. Well, you get the drift. Today on Design Diary, I'm taking you on a little odyssey known as my Den Makeover, also known as the never-ending story. We moved into our home in April, and on day 2, we had a pretty massive flood that completely destroyed the flooring and baseboards and part of the wall in this room. Since then, we've been waiting on dealing with insurance, waiting on construction delays. We've also been kind of holding off on doing any real design work in this space because, of course, construction. I just finally couldn't take it anymore, and I just ran off to Home Goods, my favorite thrift shop, Value Village, and I found a lot of treasures that I shared a couple videos back. I'll link that one for you down below. Now that I had a lot of things to fill out this space and my patience was wearing beyond thin, I decided to give it a full Saturday, Sunday makeover. This room is not completely finished. We are still waiting on construction, but wow, I was able to make a huge difference in just a couple of days work. So let's get right into step 1. I'm already a little tired. So you can see there's a lot of decor and it's time to start moving this stuff. Right, Kelly? Let's get it done. What do you think? All right. So here's the room as it is right now. You can see we're still waiting on doors, all that contractor work that's going to get done, doors and building out this. We have drywalling that needs to be done over here. Yeah, it's just a lot in this room, but I'm going to be concentrating over on this side. We figured out this space was originally the garage for this home. We live in a 1952 ranch style home in Seattle. This particular space was converted into a second living room. Gosh, we're actually not even sure when. This space is a little bit different than the rest of the house. It doesn't have the original hardwood flooring, and it had this sort of dark, dreary, kind of worn out looking laminate flooring. We were planning to live with it for a little while, but an unexpected flood completely changed our plans. We were hoping to redo the floors in this room, but we definitely weren't planning to do it this quickly and had to choose something very fast. So we ended up going with a completely weatherproof, dog-proof, luxury vinyl plank product in kind of a mid-toned, warm, honey-toned wood. It's an oak, a little bit of veining in it. I'm going to be breaking this up with some area rugs. We're still waiting on baseboards, but I'm looking for something between 6 and 7 inches tall, flat to a point with a little detailing on the top, sort of that neoclassical style that is reminiscent of a lot of New York City apartments. So it'll be really fun to see that come into this room eventually. Down the road, we're hoping to save money to redo the windows in this space, along with the slider on the side wall that leads out into the backyard. I like to live with this space for a certain amount of time before deciding what to do. One thing we did before we moved in was have the entire room and ceiling painted Chantilly lace eggshell finish. It really brightened the space a ton. If you've been following this channel for a while, you probably recognize a lot of this furniture from our family room in our rental house, the home we used to live in prior to moving into this house. A lot of the furniture I'm hoping to keep in this space. I'm doing a little bit of shopping around our home, swapping things from space to space, and bringing in a lot of fun new styling that's really gonna up the cozy factor and make this space feel like an actual room rather than, I don't know, just doesn't feel finished right now. All right, I think it's time to clear this space and get to work. So I'm just gonna clear as much out of here as I possibly can. We'll also see if this adorable dog will let me get any work done. Right, Kelly? little tired. Where there's a will, there's a way, and I am very excited. I just can't wait to see the rug down, and the curtains are gonna make a huge difference. So keeping the IKEA curtain rods, what are those ones called? Hugad rod? Yeah, Hugad rod. They're black. They're the Hugad rod from IKEA. They're a little bit thicker, which I like. So Land Time Curtain, they were so kind. Totally not sponsored, by the way. I will link everything down below, including those amazing curtains. So many of you have bought them and let me know that you're overjoyed. They are beautiful, pinch pleat, linen look for a fraction of the cost, and they let a little bit of light in, just a little bit of texture. So I'm very excited to introduce those and a new color into this room. I got the light brown, and I think they're gonna look amazing. Whew. All right, time to get back to work. So this is a little bit of a strange wall, and it is the focal point when you walk into this space. We would love to put a full-size, beautiful big picture window here, really brighten up this space. It actually faces the front of our home, and honestly, that would make a huge difference, bring so much more light in here, but that's definitely a future project. For the time being, I'm just trying to disguise these windows a little bit by hanging some beautiful beige drapery, just to kind of break it up and make it almost appear like it's a big window, even though it's not. Wish me luck. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't believe this package has been sitting here for weeks and I haven't even opened it. It's like Christmas morning in here. They're the perfect color. Check this out. These curtains. The big thing in here for me was the curtains. I think changing this curtain color to a warmer neutral, adding a little bit of layered texture into this space on two walls. Immediately it just felt more private, cozy, still letting in a lot of light, kind of disguise those windows that I'm not a big fan of. Now it's time to try to drag this massive rug in here. I'm a little nervous considering I'm alone, but I've totally done this before. In the last house, I brought a 9x12 rug in, put it in completely by myself, even with the dogs trying to like get in my way. So don't forget a rug pad, even something simple like this, a sort of grippy, plastic, rubbery material. I generally say go one size down when you are buying a rug pad. This one I found at Home Goods, just $29.99, and I think it's gonna work pretty good. Let's get this show on the road. I have a strong feeling that this is definitely the right size rug for this space. However, I've been nervous this whole time, so wish me luck and watch me struggle get this massive rug into place.
In my mouth is a desert, running dry on the tip of my tongue. I can taste your lies, how to measure the love you throw around. I could never.
I wasn't in the market to spend any money right now on new furniture pieces. Although we have plans to put a L-shaped modular sectional in this room at some point, that's just not in the budget right now. So I try to focus on styling the pieces that we already had. If you have a sofa like we do, that's a hand-me-down, that's maybe a little bit shabby, it's definitely taken a beating from our dogs. We totally love to snuggle our dogs in this room, and that's not something we're willing to compromise on. And in the future, when we buy a new sofa, I'll get something in kind of more of a mushroom tone or something that will hide dirt and just won't show every little thing like this ivory sofa does. Luckily, this one is slip covered, but I'm gonna be honest, it's a pain to wash those covers. So rather than doing that, I just went ahead and put a fuzzy fleece blanket in a neutral tone over the cushion where primarily the dogs sleep and sometimes get a little bit of dirt. You know, it just kind of makes it cozy and hides that little shabbiness without breaking the budget for right now. And then later on, we will invest in something and decide if it's going to be a dog-friendly sofa, although I would like it to be. I moved the Fiddle Leaf Fig into the living room. I think it's in a perfect spot there, and it frees up a lot of floor space in this room. That allowed me to move the dining table and chairs over towards the windows, and then I was able to put this accent chair in a spot where you can actually see the television. One thing that I noticed with our previous floor plan is that when we would have people over for entertaining, nobody would really sit at that table and chairs because it was kind of awkwardly placed. It also prevented people from kind of flowing into this room easily. I felt like it was almost like a little barrier there, and I didn't mean for it to be, so taking that and putting it on the other side of the room just eliminated that problem. I'll link everything that I can down below, but really quickly, our sofa is from Four Seasons. Again, it was a hand-me-down from my family. This one is the Alexandria style, and it's a full slip-covered sofa. They make excellent, beautiful furniture that is truly timeless and will last forever. This particular one, I just don't think it's the best fit color-wise for our space, and aesthetically I'm looking for something more modern in the future. My wishbone chairs are a find from Facebook Marketplace from years ago. The little round dining table is originally from West Elm, also a Facebook Marketplace find. Several years ago I bought it on a pretty good discount. I think I paid around $250 for it, and it retailed at the time for about $500. The little media cabinet came from Pottery Barn. That was our Christmas gift to each other last Christmas. It took a very long time to arrive. It didn't even arrive until after we moved into this house, and we ordered it before we even started house hunting. So that tells you how long the furniture delivery delays were for Pottery Barn back then. They're still pretty lengthy, but honestly, it's worth it. It's the perfect piece. In our last house and this house, it's small enough where you can easily find a place for it. It houses records and media stuff and just keeps all that stuff out of the way. Things are looking pretty great in here now that we've got the curtains up, the rug down. I was really on the fence about the hanging pendant. You guys know I love a hanging basket pendant, and this one I sourced from IKEA, but I ended up taking it down because when my mom was here last, she mentioned that that also is a little bit of a visual deterrent or a little blocking from seeing the full view into this space. This light fixture has got to go. I love it, but it is blocking the view. I still need to get the curtains up on this side of the room, but I can't wait to have a little bit of privacy off the backyard. So down with the light fixture. Taking it away just added to the simplicity and clean aesthetic of this space. I've had this vintage Stifel lamp for a couple of years now. I used this in our family room makeover back in, oh no, I've had it for a year? Is that right? Anyways, I shared this lamp originally in the family room makeover in our rental house. I'll link that whole playlist for you down below in case you want to check that out. I updated it with a new lampshade. It's a woven burlap that I actually found at Value Village yesterday for a song. It was like $4.99, and I'm so happy with it. I tried some of the pleated shades in here, but I just didn't love them, and I like how simple this one is while still giving a little bit of texture. Changing out the lampshade from a pretty plain white one to a similar drum shade, but this one has burlap, and I just love the texture and warmth it adds to the room. Ugh, I am exhausted. Well, I was hoping I could get this makeover done in one day, but it turns out we had to branch into a day 2. I fell asleep on the couch snuggling Kelly in the midst of all the makeover goodness. And so at about 1 o'clock in the morning, I think I woke up, brushed my teeth, took out my contacts, and went to bed and continued sleeping. Got up as early as I could stand, got back to work. It's time to do some of the finishing touches. Day 2 was a lot of cleaning things up, putting things away, a lot of vacuuming, and then getting out some of my toolbox supplies to hang art and incorporate some other accessories. Now that I've got the big new area rug in place, it's time to vacuum the little floor space adjacent between the den and the kitchen. There's a little pass-through area with a laundry closet, pantry closet, and heater and electrical and other stuff behind another closet that we don't ever open. Luckily for me, this beautiful jute rug from IKEA fits pretty perfectly in here, although I'm interested to see once we get our contractor in to build out the two closets and put new doors on, I might need to source a slightly narrower rug. There was a lot of different art pieces that I wanted to incorporate in this room, so I had to do a lot of editing to keep the simple vibe that I was going for. And as you can tell, I'm really keeping it to a neutral color palette in here. This new piece of art is a beautiful textured handmade paper design in a big shadow box frame. I love the white linen background, warm neutral tone of the paper itself, and then the dark wood frame calls to other dark pieces in the room like the dining table. 3 out of the pieces of art that I'm hanging today require 2 screws or nails level in the wall. This can be a little tricky and annoying, so here's my best hack for making it quick and level every single time. Grab some painter's tape like this, drag it across the back of the piece of art spanning the width of the hanging hardware. Take a Sharpie marker and mark the center of the hanging hardware on both sides. Gently remove the tape and tape to the wall in the area where you'd like to hang the piece of art. Use a level to make sure the painter's tape is level on the wall before putting in your screws or nails. This will make sure that they are level once they are in. Pull off the tape, hang the art. It's perfectly level every single time. Such a time saver. I kept it very minimal with styling in here. I just really wanted to be that modern, clean aesthetic that I was looking for. Buying a beautiful plant, finding the perfect spot for it, it really does add a lot of visual interest and movement to a space, especially when a lot of the other furniture pieces in here are fairly angular. I kept it to just a few plants in here. ZZ plant on the side table. I forget the names of some of these, but I'll link what I can down below. There's a beautiful sort of fuzzy leafed plant that I have been putting on the dining table in this beautiful vintage 70s crock that I found thrifting, and I just love that combination. I love how it just kind of trails, but it's not too tall. If we want to sit there, we want to see each other's eyes, not a plant in the way. And then I'm so glad that I finally found a little home for this plant. I've always loved these. They're so beautiful. I love how the leaves almost look painted. I've mentioned that on my channel many times, that the artist in me, I just love things in nature that look like paintings. It does need a fair amount of sunlight, and it just was hard to get it off the tables, but not on the floor. And this little standing planter is perfect for it. $24.99 from HomeGoods, and this was a fantastic investment. I added a thrifted storage basket to the top of the media console. Not only does it have plenty of space for coasters, remotes, and pretty much anything we could ever need in this room, it also closes so we don't have to see any of those things. I also like that it mirrors the same sort of lighter neutral tones as some of the art and the lampshade back here. So it's all about, you know, creating balance. If you've got dark things on one side, you want a little bit of that on the other side. If you want light things on this side, then you have a little bit of that on the other side to just make sure the whole space feels cohesive, and it really can tie the space together. A stack of books on the media console and this new little lantern on the coffee table, and I think the styling in here is pretty much finished. It's a lot more minimal than I typically do, but I'm really craving that minimal vibe lately. Just putting away or giving away or donating old things. Like if we want to work on a new puzzle, I have 2 big table surfaces in this room where I can see the TV and I can enjoy that project and have fun without having to move a bunch of decor out of the way to get started. The last big piece of these spaces is going to be the contractors finally getting in here. We got some materials estimates back today, so I'm looking forward to looking through those with Travis tonight, and then hopefully we can get this work scheduled. We've got baseboards coming in. I'll share all that with you later in a future video, and then we're also going to be building out these 2 closets and sourcing new doors for all these closets so that all of the laundry equipment is hidden, and I just cannot wait to get started on that. All right, I think we're ready. It's time for the big before and after. Get ready for the reveal footage in 3, 2, 1. guys, we didn't buy any new furniture, and look at the huge change that we were able to make in this room. New curtains and a new area rug completely transformed the space. It really took some time to just nail this design, and I'm so happy with it. Like and subscribe for more makeovers like this, interior design tips. I'm gonna suggest that you hop on over here and check out my home office makeover. I'm so proud of that room, and I'm already making some small adjustments, so there might be a follow-up video coming to that soon. If you enjoy the window treatment transformation in this space, you might enjoy my video on how to hang window treatments in your home, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, my friends.